Just be neat. Make sure these places are
hygienic.
That's all. Be hygienic. And then you see, but that stems from the sort of education that will be going on and on and on.
So you're saying it's a generational thing?
Yes, we have to make sure that that is sustained. The education of it. You understand? Some of us who are over 40 are now, we have our own bad habits. Start some form of education, just like the Minister of Education has introduced these things, but then that is for Ebola, yeah? But sustain something that will make sure that children in schools are well educated in these areas about sanitation and stuff like that. Look at Accra.
Filthy.
Look at Accra.
You mean East Legon and all? They're all
well, whether it's East Legon or whether it's whatever
cantonment.
Cantonment or stuff like
what
that.
What else are you talking about? That's someone needs.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Kumasi. I think that's the city or the town that I love in this country. Two of them. Sunyani and Angloga. Yeah? Those two areas. When I go, I say that yes, this is a neat place. That is what it's supposed to be. Look, collect the right property rates so that you can provide us with the right sanitation vehicles to clean up. Yeah, have night workers to clean up. But then you go down Kaneshi, 3 lanes of road. One is meant for rubbish. The other is meant for the vehicles going to Takra. They park there for passengers to get on. And then the 3rd lane is for, what do you call it, moving vehicles. Every single gutter is choked. To the point that we have, I'm actually saddened, you know, we have the number one person of honor, the president. Have to calm down. 21st century, and then the mayor stands and clap.
Propaganda.
You see that? You see, certain things should sadden us in this 21st century. When we say lead by example, yeah, we are talking about the way you live, and carry yourself should influence somebody. Are you getting me? It is not when you have people that are supposed to be responsible for certain things to prevent things like cholera, not making sure of these things, still hanging around, getting their pay, and then we find a short time and say, look, let's do it together.
Rhoda, often, sometimes we just need a jolt in the back, they call it, something just to wake us up, and that's what we always tend to replay each year in this part of the world. Now, we're supposed to have regulations, and these regulations are supposed to be enforced, but these also need to be complemented by actions of people wherever they live. So it's as if it's a two-edged sword. This one has failed, and the other half too has failed. How do we get it all together?
Roland, I have always said that Accra is too big for one mayor.
What?
And I still stand by it.
Well,
I've always said that, look, Accra, look at the sanitation issues we are having all across the country. It's one man mayor, and you find him everywhere. He's in charge of the educational, millennium schools. He's in charge of that.
So we should have a mayor for education?
No.
We should have a
no.
So what?
I believe that it's time for us to look at Accra as the capital. If we will have Lower Accra and Upper Accra, so be it. So be it. In that way, we can manage Accra very well.
Lower Man, Accra, and Upper Man.
No, I'm only saying whatever it is. But you see, if you look, take Accra, take from the ministries towards Osu, well demarcated, well laid out, coming around East Legon, whatever, all those other places, well laid out. These are places you can manage and manage easily. If you put a bin in front of these places, you can collect them. You can collect monies from the various houses and everything. Now, put that against Jamestown, Choco, all those other places. It's so difficult to manage the filth.
Why?
First and foremost, it's not well laid out. Secondly, we saw something on telly. There's no
there are no places of convenience.
There are no places of convenience.
Okay, we call it toilets.
Or toilets. There are no
People
bathrooms.
don't have lavatories.
People don't even have good homes. These are places that you cannot call homes. You understand? And if you look down, coming up to Sodom and Gomorrah, then you come to around Agbobushi, all those places, Choko, Sukura, all these are places that need attention. And you can only give that attention when you have someone who is always there, who can always keep an eye on those places. So I am saying, why can't we divide Accra into two? So that we have one for one side and the other to look after this place that is actually creating problems for us as citizens. Sanitation is a problem. Are you hearing that cholera has broken up in Dansoman or somewhere? It's coming from all these places that are so choked with slums and all that. And we need for someone to have an eye on those areas. We need for government intervention to come in. Because you see, politically, we feel that it's unwise to ask people to move. So we've been playing and doubling with Sodom and Gomorrah. We are moving them tomorrow, we are moving them the next day, and when it's just about getting to elections, oh, let's leave them there because everybody is expecting that they're going to vote. So we don't. And you look behind the art center, a slum has come up there. That was what was on telly yesterday. People are cooking food. The AMA authorities know that that food is being cooked there. But how do they get to all these places? Are they well resourced enough for them to be able to kind of like go around the city to know what is happening? Just where I live, there's what a place I call Kiosk City, a kiosk estate coming up. But I'm under ADMA. You understand? I have Adenta Municipal Assembly. I have informed them. I know that it's such a small unit. They can deal with that. But look at Accra, look at all those places I have mentioned. You have Fish Pond. I don't know if you know Fish Pond. When it rains and all that, going towards Wait, all those places. There's so many places in Accra that need for somebody to be hands-on.
Well, we have various sub-metropolitan areas, and we have various areas too. Yes. So Accra is not just bigger than the mayor. Actually, the mayor's jurisdiction even ends around Tetekwashi.
And even then,
it doesn't end at Tetekwashi. That's up to East Legon.
If it covers the whole of Accra.
No, East Legon is under
let's assume it covers the whole of Accra. You could have two. If they're not working, they're not working. You understand?
No, but I think this guy is trying the best that he can.
No,
but he's just overwhelmed.
No, we're not saying that.
You know, he's trying, but it's just
it's not necessarily because we.
He's overwhelmed.
You see, if you are saying, I'm not talking about AMA or the mayor in this case. If a leader is seen to be overwhelmed,
he's overwhelmed.
Then the middle is weak, isn't it?
Definitely.
Well, that's what we think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, if you are up there and you superintend over a weak middle, then I don't think that you're leading properly.
Down.
You are not leading properly. Because if you tend to have that leadership qualities, definitely the middle will be strong. But then, here we are, where, I mean, we could see that the middle is never growing any stronger. It means that we have a problem up there. I don't think that even having 2, 3, or 4, it's all about systems. The system should work. If you, for example, I understand that an area was cleared of whatever rubbish, heaps of rubbish, but then it's just growing back, even at a faster rate. Tell me, you asked me not to drop anything here because you've just cleared them. Where should I put them?
You have not supplied bins?
You haven't supplied me with anything at all.
There are bins in many other places.
Listen, we are talking about areas with heaps of what? Rubbish. Ask yourself a simple question. That is why I said that some of us have our bad habits. We have to make sure of education. Ask yourself this. Do we package things more than we see packaged in Europe, in America and stuff like that?
You mean do we do it better?
No. Over there, you find anything at all. The smallest thing you find
packaged.
is packaged in either a rubber bag or.
So you're
paper
saying that
or
they
something.
generate more waste than
They
we do.
generate more waste.
But they
than us.
generate
But
economical waste.
Even then, they make use of the waste. We waste the waste, don't we? You understand? You have these rubber stuff and paper stuff all over in Europe, but you never find them on the ground. They are they are well carried out. I mean, because you know what? People pay the right property rates, yeah, council tax and stuff like that. So it is the
revenue.
Yes,
That is used
to make sure of these rubbish being collected. In this country, yeah, we don't even know the value of our homes, let alone the authorities come to us and say, this is the right property rate that you have to pay. And besides that, they don't even have the right system to actually collect this revenue. So that at any point in time, they don't even have to rely on government.
The two of you paint
The money
a very
should
gloomy
come.
picture
It
of what
is
the
gloomy.
situation.
You see, it is gloomy.
It is a gloomy situation.
You understand?
Because I will not be sitting here and say that I would pay property rates if you are coming to collect property rates from me and my roads, I don't have drains and the whole place is messed up, I don't have any good road and my rubbish is not paid. Why come and ask me for property rates? So you have to do something and I'll do something.
Okay, so then this has brought Rhoda into sharp focus the subject of the waste that we generate, the type of waste that we generate, and then now the end user also will tend to exact some level of responsibility from city authorities and the waste companies, etc., where to dump the waste. We need to have a national view on it then, because now the cholera has spread beyond the boundaries of the Greater Accra region.
Here we are being told that it's even difficult to get dumping grounds. And people, it's like the vehicles have to travel
long
distances. And therefore it's going to cost us more because of fuel and all the other things. So it's about time we took recycling seriously. And then it's about time we took certain drastic measures. Look, I keep saying that we could go back. What happened to paper bags? What happened? We could go back to paper bags. We could give ourselves...
But we'll still generate waste.
No, but you see, paper bags are easy to dispose of. What we are saying is plastic waste.
Okay, we do understand that. You see, when you speak to the public health officials, they tell you people, cholera basically, people defecate
into black bags.
So whether it was paper bag or there will still be a defecation somewhere. So you see that at the center of it all are people's attitudes.
It's generally our attitudes, and I'm surprised that our culture actually doesn't permit us to be so filthy. We are encouraged to sweep your house
each morning.
Sometimes
before evening.
Yes, and then you're supposed to pour water in the gutter. Whatever gutter is in front of you, you're supposed to do that. But here it says that we are now in a situation where even culturally, what is expected of us, we don't do. And no one is even out there able to check us. You go telling someone, pick it up, and he says, oh, I pay for AMA what and what, so why should I pick it up? You understand? And there's and for law enforcement, there are bylaws about goats and sheep roaming around in residential areas, and we find them. You can't go. Sometimes you actually find cattle.
You have cattle.
Cattle grazing. If you're not lucky and you have green grass in front of your house, in Accra, yes, cattle.
But then you still...
They cross the Nima Highway.
And anywhere you find them even around Nigerian sometimes. You understand?
What
and these are all there, and you just ask yourself.
What percentage of gutters in the city are covered?
Oh.
21st century. I mean, you know something? When Rhoda was talking about somebody being overwhelmed and stuff like that, I always say that a leader with more than one vision, is not being honest.
That's it.
You can't have two visions.
You can't. It's difficult to.
You can actually come into office as mayor and you could say that my vision is this.
And that's
to even make sure
that focus to consolidate.
To even make sure that every single gutter is covered to prevent people from dumping plastic bags, paper bags,
But we're made up of people of various complexes.
You see, look, that is why you then be the leader. Because, look, you've been able to do what? To change the mindset of people. If you say to yourself that, look, my vision is to even change the mindset of people, because I am going to correct this one particular thing. The next person comes, yeah, because that has been done, he or she also has a vision. That is nation building, isn't it? Then gradually, what you find is that everything will be in place.
So if you want to manage everything,
you
from
want to manage everything.
Sanitation,
it's not going to.
You can't manage it. And I keep asking where. I mean, I just don't understand. No one really understands what is happening in this country, but we're just overwhelmed by the filth.
We're hoping that there will be an end in sight to the number of cases we're witnessing, because currently it seems that the cases are still ongoing.
Even a case
is as serious as it can be.
Yes, a case is not accepted. You understand? 21st century, a case of cholera.
It's not acceptable. It's an embarrassment.
If it had happened in the UK, would it have been...
It's a serious thing.
It's an embarrassment.
It's an embarrassment to whoever is in charge.
Honestly.
Let me tell you something.
Total embarrassment.
I think a vice president or so, somebody resigned because there was a plane crash. Recently, was it in one of these Asian countries?
Was it plane crash? It was a ship. It was a boat.
The boat that
cruiser.
Thank you. Well, was the
Prime Minister?
Yeah, was the Prime Minister at the control?
That was in South Korea.
Yeah, was the Prime Minister at the controls?
No, but he took responsibility for
it.
And that's leadership. That's what
leadership.
we don't have. You understand? I mean, getting cholera means you are eating feces.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
You've contaminated yourself.
Yeah, you've contaminated, but just put it blunt.
Having come in contact.
Let's put it blunt.
Yes,
you are eating feces.
If Choco, Mamobi and all those places, yeah, are still not well laid out.
They're not well laid out, then we still sit back.
And it's like that. Then it means we have failed the people in Choco and all those places.
Why don't the people know that day-to-day affect themselves?
You know something? Those people, yeah, once they get the four square in there and they're living in there, that is good for them. But they're supposed to be managed. They're supposed to be catered for. That's democracy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we're having subcultural problems.
When we don't,
I don't know. We can
look. You don't teach him or her. Maybe he or she is very, very ignorant of something, and it is your responsibility, yeah, to make sure that they are aware of A, B, C, D. I think that you, who is in charge, would have failed more than the person who is let me say, ignorant or whatever it is. You understand? Because it is for you to make sure that the city, the nation is growing in a certain way. If the health of the people, yeah, is failing, where is the future? If the health of the people is failing,
Ebola hasn't come. This is not.
No, it's not coming.
It's not even Ebola.
No, it's not coming. I think no. Ebola will not come to us.
Okay. I think
and government is taking steps. I know that.
We are all taking steps.
Obviously, it's something new that has come to our shores. So I think we have to appreciate steps being taken.